Hey, what's up, everybody? Here with the No Corona Zone, and I have two lovely ladies on my show. Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry about that. I have two lovely ladies on on tonight who have recently dipped their toes into streaming, and you guys are very new at this. You guys are babies. You guys are pups when it comes to streaming. So we'll start off with you, Marisol. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what do you stream?
So right. So I am me. Thanks for putting me on the spot. I have I started streaming because I figured it was the easiest way to connect. I actually just started a business and it was the easiest way to connect with people during this time and still make money. I have kids going into college and I need to be able to afford that. So on top of streaming for the sales, I also just go live just to connect with them, just to say hi, just so they get familiar with seeing my face and um, having conversations with me that have nothing to do with what I'm selling.
Okay. And we're going to get deeper into what made you start doing it and all of that kind of stuff. But I want to take an opportunity to introduce Natasha. How you doing, Natasha?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good, good, good. So tell us about yourself and what got you into streaming.
So I am somebody who's worked in mental health for many, many years, and I have started doing some public speaking. And so one of the things my marketing person said was get on Facebook, do some lives. So I've been doing Facebook lives and Instagram lives. I go on every Tuesday at 8 Eastern time. And talk about different aspects of mental health and resilience, which is a big focus of mine, and just kind of bring some awareness of what I have some knowledge in. And what I found is that doing the lives has helped me get more comfortable with speaking, which will prepare me more for when I'm on a really big stage.
And that's the thing, right? You want to be on that big stage, you know what I'm saying?
Eventually.
All right, so we'll get deeper into what you guys do. Now, Marisol,
Yes.
I know you're not Mexican, but since it's Cinco de Mayo, you add the little bit of Latin flavor to the thing tonight. So everybody, it's so funny. People are celebrating it. You know, people are having margaritas, tacos, wearing sombreros, even though they're from Nebraska.
You know, I haven't had not a single tequila, not a single drink, not a single taco today at all.
Oh wow. I haven't had a taco either, so I almost felt like maybe I ain't doing it right. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I need to they have, it's funny. There's this taco stand that's right around the corner from me, and their tacos are the bomb. And since Corona, right, they've been not around. So I just saw them. They hadn't been open in weeks. And now I would have went, but the line was long. It's like unusually long. So I was like, I don't feel like waiting in line. So I'll just go ahead and cook. You know, I won't be lazy. So, but yeah. So actually, Marisol, it's like St. Patrick's Day. Hilarious. Actually, I met Marisol in Atlanta. Oh, what's up, Kedra? When was that? October of last year? The end of October, early November? When we're in Atlanta?
November, beginning of November.
Beginning of November, right? Because Halloween was there when I got there. So, and you hadn't gotten there yet.
Correct.
Yeah. So, and we made tacos, me and her. And somebody burnt their rice.
I don't know who did that.
I don't know who that person is, but somebody got like 1 million ingredients for rice. I mean, it was a bunch of stuff I ain't never heard of before. And then the rice got burnt.
I know.
And you were like, what was it? Oh, I mean, this person, we're not going to say who it was. This person was like, get some bread to get rid of the, what was it? You wanted some bread to get rid
You
of
put some bread on top of the burnt rice and it absorbs the flavor of the burntness.
Does that work for real?
Yes.
I need to do a Mythbusters or something and see if that's true. I've never tried that before. So, yeah, but that still was a great experience.
I had a great time.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Shannon was there. Tiffany was there. Anthony was there. Yardley was there. It was cool. Good times. Now you're from Toronto, Natasha.
Yep.
Born and raised, right?
Born and raised. Other than going to school in Ottawa, I've been here my whole life.
But you've come to the States before, right?
Yes, I was last there. I was on the American side of Niagara Falls in February.
Now, is your parents on the American side or the kind of?
They're on the Canadian side.
Huh.
I actually did not even tell them I was in Niagara Falls that time. We went to see Boyz II Men at the casino on the American side.
And you didn't tell your folks?
Well, it was a quick trip. And there's a wine tour at the same time. And, my friend and I wanted to do the wine tour. That makes me sound so bad. I would like to point out, I just sent my parents some gifts today in the mail. So I am a good daughter. But no, I didn't actually mention to them. I told them later, but
I'm sending this tape to your mom.
They don't know how to use technology to watch it. So it's all good.
Okay, well,
we'll might put it on VHS.
yeah, Betamax. Wow. Real. Okay, so is that the only place you've been out here?
Oh no. That was February and October. I spoke at a conference in Tulsa. So it had been my first time to Tulsa, which was really cool to see Black Wall Street. I've been to New York and Connecticut and Atlanta and Florida and Palm Desert, California. And where else have I been in the States? A few other places.
LA?
No, I've actually never been to LA.
How do you go to Palm Desert?
Other than landing at LA to get on a cruise ship.
How do you go to Palm Desert but not Los Angeles?
Because I have a timeshare, and so I just saw California. I was like, woo! And I saw Palm and thought I saw Springs. I think I just got excited. And we went to this resort in Palm Desert, but it was okay because we got to do some cool things. There's a tram car ride, and you go I think it's 8,500 feet above sea level, and yeah, you get to see a completely different view of the world riding on this giant cable car across the sky. It was really cool. Once I was convinced I wasn't going to plummet to my death because I have a small fear of heights. So once I got past that, I was good.
Man, I gotta. You know what? I used to love roller coasters.
Oh no!
When I was young, I loved roller coasters. Now I can't.
Not as well as with me. Nope.
I can't do them no more.
My fear of heights is not little. My fear of heights is big.
Ooh.
So roller coasters, nope.
Yeah,
well, I'm the genius who decided. So I have a fear of heights, but my issue with roller coasters is not the height. My issue with roller coasters is, that feeling like if an elevator kind of feels like it jumps, and that feeling in your stomach, I hate that feeling. So that is why I thought no for roller coasters. But I decided to teach the young people I was working with, let's look at confronting our fear. And I said, okay, I'm with 2 group homes on a trip and I'm going to go on a roller coaster. Went on one, thought it wasn't that bad. Went on the second one and yeah, never again. Never again. It was not cool.
Yeah, that would be a bad date if you take a woman out on a date and you go on a roller coaster and you pee yourself.
Oh date, relationship, everything over, yeah. Actually, maybe not some woman. I don't know how I would handle it, but
I know a woman who the final straw of her with her boyfriend was when he peed the bed because he was drunk and he went to sleep, and when she woke up, yeah, and and she said that was it. I can't do this no more. I can't do it no more. Yeah, so you know what? That would be the final straw for me too. I don't know if I could. I don't know that I could handle that one. Yeah, that's pretty bad. So, my mom took me to Magic Mountain in Cali when I was little. I used to go there all the time. She says I hate roller coasters. What's up, Andre? Dre's in the house.
What's up, Dre?
Dre. Yeah, I can't do the roller coasters, man. And I found out a lot of people like me. So I don't feel so bad, man. Some real hardcore guys that are,
I needed at those theme parks because who's going to hold your purse and your jacket when you're on the roller coaster?
That
so I
part
serve
right
a
there.
very distinctive purpose, not to mention who's going to blow all their money trying to win a toy this size because they can't go on roller coasters. That's how I serve the theme park and bring money to the theme park. It's blowing all my money on those games.
What's your cat's name?
This is his real name is Ghost, but we call him Crackhead.
Oh, wow.
Why Crackhead?
So when he was a baby, so we have him about 7 years now. And when he was a baby, my daughter decided that she was young herself at the time. She was like 10, 11 years old. She decided she was going to give him catnip. So that's fine, a little catnip doesn't hurt. So she gave him a little bit of catnip. He decided he really liked it. We left the house one day. She left it really low. We left the house one day. We came back and the bag was tore open. Every ounce of catnip was missing. There was like crumbs all over the place, and that was it. But what we did see was Crackhead bouncing off the walls. We had like a really long hallway. He was literally bouncing off from one wall to the next without touching the floor because he was high and for that stuff. Like fiend. He smells it now and he's like, so we call him Crackhead because catnip is cat crap. Cat crack.
Wow. So you lace his catnip with crack. That's what you do.
No.
No.
The catnip itself is the crack.
I know you have a dog too, right, Marty?
Correct. I have 2.
I don't see you as a cat person, though. You don't come off as a cat person.
Really?
No, you're a dog person. You feel like a dog person.
I am a dog person, but I had a dog that I was really, really attached to. I grew up with him. That when he died on me, I swore I'd never have another dog. So I don't let them get as close to me as I used to, and I stick with the little kitty cats instead now.
All right, let me look at Natasha. Let me see. If Natasha, I would say would be a dog person over a cat person. Yeah. See, I'm pretty good. I'm good at that. You can look and tell people like
the real challenge is if I could pick any animal, what would it be?
Any animal? Zebra.
Nope.
A dolphin.
No. I want a parrot and a turtle.
A parrot and a turtle.
Yeah. But like a tiny turtle. I don't want them like real big ass turtles.
Oh, okay. Oh, look at hey. What's up, Andre?
What's up?
Hello.
Hey.
I know you know Marty, but I don't know if you know Natasha.
I don't know Natasha. I've seen her on some of the lives before. Hi, Natasha. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. Thanks. How are you doing?
I'm good.
She said she loves to eat turtle. I've never eaten turtle. Has anyone had turtle?
So for somebody who wants one as a pet, I did try one 2 years ago in the Cayman Islands, about a year and a half ago. They eat just a tiny, tiny piece. Wow. The lady who offered it to me, she looked like my grandmother. How could I say no to her?
No.
No, she was so cute. She's like, "Come, baby, just try it, man." And it was like talking to my granny. So I tried it.
Wow.
When you season anything well enough, it tastes good. I'm not going to eat it again, but
yeah,
it was all right.
Was it tender?
Yes.
Tastes like chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It didn't taste like chicken. I don't know if I thought it tasted like any other meat I had tried. But apparently in the Cayman Islands, like eating turtles regular. Mm-hmm. Like that's a normal
the shell. Like, do they lick the shell?
I don't know.
Well, you know what they say about the Cayman Islands.
Adria likes it.
You know what they say about the Cayman Islands. So
what do they say about the Cayman Islands?
That's where you go to dump money. You know what I'm saying? You got to hide your money, right? So you So did you get on the plane with the briefcase full of money, or how'd you work that out? Did you have a tape?
No, because my money's in Zurich, dude. Come on. You gotta diversify your funds.
Oh
no, they probably say that too because Cayman is very expensive.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I always think of is that's where you go to, to hide your funds, So I know Marty, she a baller over there.
No,
whatever.
She got she got years in the game.
Yeah. You know what? Tell us what's that baller life like, Marty.
There is no such thing as a baller life.
Whatever. She has that little baller smile too. You see it? That I could buy all of you guys right now. I can buy and sell you guys. That's
absolutely not. I think Dre is the baller. He's the real baller over there. He's got 2 master degrees. Come on now.
Oh yeah, they got
baller. That means I got student debt to pay.
I was just gonna say, what do you master's degree?
That don't mean I think there's only one master's that I don't have to pay for. The other one is a mortgage.
Wow. That's dope though, man. Yeah.
What did you study?
Me, so I have a master's in marriage and family counseling and a master's of science and teaching.
To practice marriage and family counseling, do you need to be certified in the US?
It depends on what state. So it's the states. Each state has its separate laws.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Where are you in Canada?
I'm in Canada, yeah. So
what part of Canada?
Toronto.
Oh, Toronto. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Toronto.
The one place that most people have heard of.
Yeah.
Not in the border towns.
That's where
I've heard of Kitchener. I've heard of Guelph. Guelph, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of those are the 2 that I know of.
Now he's naming all the places the girls he meets are where they're from.
Whoa.
That's how you want to do it, man.
Notice he didn't deny it.
Yeah.
Now he's like, what's that? Oh, sorry, you just met me. Sorry, I have no manners, so just be aware now.
You're supposed to say sorry. You're from Canada. You're supposed to say sorry.
Oh no, I've lost that ability to say sorry for absolutely everything. But you know what? The sad thing is there's a little bit of truth to the stereotype. Like you bump into somebody and the person you bump into is apologizing.
Yeah.
That's really how we are here. A lot of us.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So you know L.A. Wade and
I just met L.A. Wade on Kente show last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it with Kente and these Canadians?
I know, right?
Canadians on the show.
I'm a collector.
And it's not even like they're Canadians on the West Coast. He only deals with East Coast Canadians.
Yeah, no. Like if you're at least dealing with the same time zone.
Yeah, well,
that time zone's a 5-hour flight away from where I live.
That's my sweet spot right there. That region.
That's where all the beautiful ladies are from.
That is true.
Toronto?
Yeah. That's where the dimes stay. So, and they all say they have such this hard time finding somebody, and it's so hard. And these guys out here, da 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 da.
In Toronto, are they that bad?
It's an interesting atmosphere out here.
Oh.
In the dating world, yeah.
Can't take. Okay. You got to take a visit. The first question to ask: where are you from? The States. You're shooing.
There you go.
What's up, Marty? Where you live at? Is it just single men everywhere? You can just pick.
It's I know everybody's
related. You got to import.
Everybody, yeah, everybody's related. Everybody knows everybody. There's like 3 degrees of separation in Staten Island.
Yeah, like if I dated somebody, I probably already dated their cousins. Aunties, uncles. It's not uncles, like uncles.
Dre actually dated someone that I knew who he was dating at the time. But I didn't know him. Yeah. But I knew of him.
Wow.
That's how small Staten Island is.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy though. But because now you're in New Jersey, right?
I am now.
But you work still in Staten Island. So you still
all my dealings are going to be in Staten Island. To be honest with you.
Yeah, it's funny though. Like we were talking about this earlier. Like I see you as Staten Island Dre. That's always part of who you are. But it's funny though. Marty is from there too, but I don't think of her like that. I don't think of her as Staten Island Marty. Why is that? Why I think of you that way, but I don't think of her that way. I just think of her as Marty.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Maybe she's not real Staten Island. I don't know. Maybe I don't. Maybe she's kind of. I don't know.
If I'm not real Staten Island, what am I then?
I don't know, man. I don't know what it is.
Either that, or it's because you actually met me in person that you now associate me as a person and not just where I'm from.
Oh, so maybe you know what? That's good. That is, I'm being sexist. Hilarious. That's good. You know what? I didn't even think about it like that. Maybe it is because I met you in person. So now, was that your son grabbing for you?
No, that was my daughter.
Oh, okay.
The baby's been banished from the room for the duration of the live.
So, all right. So, when are you coming back out to the States, Natasha? I mean, you're a public speaker. You are doing a lot of things. Are you coming out here?
Well, thanks to this lovely pandemic that we're in, that remains to be seen.
You gotta do your
I'm trying to think. Right now, the next trip I had that I was supposed to be in Vegas actually in April over the Easter weekend. So, which I found kind of ironic because I'm like, a religious holiday in one of the most sinful places on earth is just the best way to do it. But we were just supposed to be out there for somebody's birthday. So that's how it ended up being that weekend. And then I was supposed to be in Newfoundland, which is the very most eastern province in Ontario, in Canada, in June speaking at a conference that got kiboshed. So right now I have nothing planned. The only other thing that was a potential was my friend is speaking at a conference in St. Croix in November. And I'm really hoping that doesn't get canceled because I want to go, not for the conference. They can talk to their blue in the face. I just need some time at the beach. 2019, I did not see the beach. I'm Jones. Sorry?
What kind of conference is this?
She's a psychologist, so she just travels the world speaking at psychological conferences. So she actually spoke with me at the conference. There's a mental health conference in Tulsa that we spoke at, Zero.
The truth is that we all need some mental health.
Carlos,
we should go. I think we should all go to St. Croix. What do you guys think?
I have a cousin who's a psychiatrist. And I'm like, I think she should prescribe travel because it's very good for people's mental health.
Hey, Carlos, hop in, Carlos. Yeah, man. I'm down for some St. Croix. So
I've never been.
So does that mean Natasha and Marty, will y'all be rocking the two-piece?
No two-piece here.
No two-piece. You got to do the two-piece.
I think that'll be good for Kente's mental health.
I have a tankini that looks like a one-piece, but I have a two-piece that if I wore it, I'd probably wear a wrap over it the entire time.
Why's that?
My own comfort level. Because the funny thing is, I go to the Caribbean and I'm like, why am I feeling ashamed? And I'm like, it's that damn North American part of me that makes me think that I need to look a certain way because I go to the Caribbean and I'm built like what they dream of, but I live in Canada where this is not what they're looking for. So that kind of sticks in my brain. So
interesting.
But my goal is, and I don't want to go full nude, but my goal is to do a nudie beach.
Okay, that's interesting. There's I wear a two-piece, with pants and the shirt. I think she's gonna say. Okay, so the thing about a nude beach is I haven't been to one, but I've done some research, and a bunch of old people generally go to nude beaches.
I was just going to confirm that. So I've been to the nude beach. There is a very long beach in Saint Martin. I think it's called 7 Mile Beach, but I can't really remember. And so part of it is nude. But, nudity is a very, our comfort level with nudity is based on culture. So I went to the nudie beach because I didn't realize there's no barrier. So I was just walking along the beach. People were all of a sudden nude. And so I remained in my swimsuit. But it really was a lot of old European wrinkly balls. Like they're just on a different comfort level. And it really said something to me because I'm like, I'm here feeling self-conscious, but I'm like, people weren't staring and gawking, going, oh my God, look at that. And I'm like, if I could just get over myself, I could just go free. But it was all the stuff in my own head why I kept my swimsuit on.
Now, you know why I'm laughing? Is I swear every time Carlos comes in, the conversation will be like just a regular conversation, and the minute he comes in, it's always nudity, sex. It seems like it seems like it's on purpose. But I laugh because the minute you start talking about the nude beach, that's when Carlos came in, and it seems like we do. It seems like it's like a ritual that turn it into some kind of sexual.
I'm just blown away that I just walked in and I'm just hearing about wrinkled balls. And, why am I always involved in these conversations?
Literally, the conversation had nothing to do with anything.
Was talking about travel, and we talked about the beach, and then, but like really, it was not intentional to go to the nude part of the beach. It was just walking along the beach, and I ended up at that part of the beach. And what I noticed was some people were nude, some people were topless. People just did it as they pleased, but it was still just being at the beach.
And where was this?
Optional. This was in Saint Martin. But I also have been to a resort in Jamaica. What's that resort called? There's a bunch of them around.
Well, I've done that in Miami, and I've done that in, where was it? I think it was Italy and Switzerland.
Okay, see, you've done it. Was it difficult to do? Like, did you feel self-conscious?
Oh, no, I was always erect. They didn't mind.
Yeah.
I have been to the beaches in Dominican Republic.
Mm-hmm.
They're even at the resorts, when you're like at the pools, they're like topless pools. They tell you it's adults only because their people are nude inside the pool water. Like, oh, okay. But yet here's me and I'm going, yeah, no, I would never be caught dead in anything showing any part of my flabby stomach or my cellulite thighs or anything like that.
But people don't care, and that's what I'm trying to remind myself of and get past, because that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, but people really do not care.
When I've done it, I was in shape. Now I'd be like, you wouldn't catch me dead.
Yeah, I vlog my whole life, so I can't be on a nude beach with my camera. So I just go to a regular beach. It'd be weird.
If I'm at a nude beach.
Well, you said you vlog your whole life?
My whole life, yeah.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because if I go on a nudie beach, and I vlog then, YouTube's going to flag me. It's going to be a bad thing.
What are you going to have the camera down there?
No. I wouldn't have
my
it down
second
there.
brain have comments on my blog.
I'm just saying, I'm like recording my experience, and all of a sudden, Vito is walking around with that's topless and bottomless, and he's like swinging left to right. It's not going to be good for kids that watch my vlog and stuff.
So
that might be when you turn the camera off. When you're at the nude beach.
I have to turn the camera off. Yeah.
Now I don't know if you guys know any Latin artists. There's a Latin artist called Ivy Queen.
Mm-hmm. She looks like a dude.
She's a. Well, I mean, I don't know. She's got big boobs and stuff, but so that's her surgery. Now. And so she's about to do it. So we're co-producing a show right now live. It's 8 hours.
Wow.
And but we've had a lot of top music performers, including her. Okay. We just had Mark Anthony. We had B. Javelin. We had who else? We have Mana, Juanes, and we got a lot more. Mark Anthony just performed.
Oh, my
husband. So it's been pretty cool, and we're still got about 4 more hours to go.
Oh wow! Cinco de Mayo.
It's actually for it's a benefit for the farm workers.
Oh, that's right.
For most of them are Latinos, so we have the entire Latin entertainment community all volunteered to come on live, and we're actually using the same platform that we're on right now to go live with on Facebook and YouTube and Periscope and Stitch. Basically every platform you can go on live.
Okay,
nice.
Carlos is the man when it comes to streaming and just all things technical. He has this device that if he left it on his window, I would totally steal it from his window. The thing that you were talking about the other day, where you could show the different cameras and stuff. What's it called?
The Elgato?
The YOLO Live.
YOLO Live. Yeah, I would steal it and be like YOLO as I'm running away. No, I'm kidding. But I'm not. But so he's the guy. You guys definitely want to follow Carlos Phoenix. He's Colombian. I got to bring that up. It's Cinco de Mayo. I got to bring it up. And
he's not. Wait, huh? He's Colombian,
Exactly.
so you got to bring up Cinco de Mayo.
yeah,
It's a Mexican thing.
I was just gonna say,
No, but
I'm
in Cinco de
Canadian.
Mayo-
I think I know that it's a Mexican thing,
I
but
know. I know. I'm being stupid.
Well, look, just like on St. Patrick's Day, we're all Irish. Today, we're all Mexican.
That's right. That is right. And you met Marisol. Have you met Marisol?
No.
Yeah, but you saw.
No, we haven't. We haven't.
We
My-
chatted the last time you were on in the chat room, like everyone chatting, but
Right.
that was it.
And Jen is here from Hawaii.
Jen,
Hey, Jen. Oh,
aloha.
sorry, I didn't mean to crash the show. I just wanted to be backstage, so I could. Yeah, we met.
Yeah,
No, yeah, I remember your icon. I've never met your face.
Jen is my
Here, I'll do the same.
on many shows. We got like a bunch of stuff that we're supposed to be doing. But okay, so
Oh,
Aloha.
wait, hold on a second. What she says? Just kidding. I know it always catches up to you, but it sucks. People act like they can't have fun in life, but when you're okay, I must have missed something.
She said something about going ahead and being naked and just doing it.
Oh, we're back on being naked. Yeah. So Natasha, so the next time you go to the nude beach,
back on being naked.
yeah, let's go back to being naked, Natasha.
there was
Not
actually
naked or
a teacher
naked?
posted a question about would you go to the nudie beach and would you go naked? Well, she didn't ask would you go naked, but you've been asking all of us. What about you?
Me?
Mhm.
If I'm at the nude beach, that's a great sign. That means I've fully got to where I'm trying to get to. So so like yeah. So but no, not right now. Hell no. I ain't no. No. I need to talking about teachers being nude at the nude beach. Oh yeah, huh? Because you guys are both teachers.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what's crazy though? When I was a kid, this is gonna sound funny. When I was like a child, I thought my teachers like lived at the school. Like I didn't know they had a life.
Right?
Yeah, I didn't know they had a life outside. You go to school, they're there. And I remember one time, and I used to love messing with my parents about this. I went to like a private school, and they actually one thought the other was picking me up, and neither picked me up. So and this is like obviously before like cell phones were the thing, so they couldn't get a hold of anybody. So my teacher took me to her house, right? And she like lived in the hills and all of this stuff, and it was just so bizarre because I'd never, I was really young. I'd never seen a teacher outside of school. So it was like, she's getting her glass of wine, she's being herself and all of that stuff. It was pretty funny though. I did not, that's when I realized, wait a minute, they're people too, teachers. They have lives, Now, here's the crazy shit though. Now with social media, you really get to see what your teachers be doing. So
That's why
now,
they tell us don't friend your students' families and stuff like that. Like stay keep them off your personal page.
That's how I dated my English teacher.
That's really smart.
I always knew that teachers didn't live in school because I came home from daycare one time after school,
Mhm.
and my first grade teacher was sitting in my living room
Uh-oh.
to talk to my mom about how I behaved in school that day.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
What did you do at school that day?
I don't even remember. I remember that butt woman.
Mhm.
No, I don't remember exactly what I did. And
Must have been bad.
Mhm. Come to your house.
so he was
When you have children with your teachers, that's a problem.
Well, they're going to be well educated.
When I was younger, I went to a private school. Well, I kind of always went to private schools, but I went to a private school where it was actually taught by nuns. And I knew that the nuns did not live at the school because clearly the nuns lived at the church. Yeah. They just came over from the church to teach school.
Hilarious. Yeah. I went to a private school, And up until high school, I went to private school up into high school, and I was so glad not to be in private school after that, you know. So, but I would say the reason why I'm such an amazing person is because of the education I got, you know. And
In public school?
no private school. Private. But you know what? When I was in private school, like you respected the teachers. Like you wasn't gonna curse out a teacher, you know, because the teachers could
Mhm.
whoop your ass. They had the paddle.
They have all kind of freedom. I did private school too.
Yeah, they had
For
the
my
paddle.
grade 7s to 11 years. Yeah, it was
I,
something.
This is what they would. This is what they did with the paddle. So they had the paddle, right? You know the paddles, right? The wooden paddle. So
Oh,
they
Elvis.
drilled holes. They drilled holes in it, so so it wouldn't get caught up with the wind. So it just go, and then it would like suction your butt. So yeah, it was. You didn't want to get that business. No.
Wow. And how
My
often
mom.
were you getting beat?
You know what?
That's
I never
terrible.
got the paddle. I never got the paddle.
We didn't have a paddle at my school.
Oh yeah, I know people that got it regularly. I almost got it on some BS. Like it was one of those
That's what
things.
they all say.
No,
Right.
it was like some kids were messing up, and then the teacher was like, "You go to the principal's office," and it was like, "You too." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I wasn't in that." He's like, "Wait, yes, you were." I'm like, "Wait, I had nothing to do with it." So I went there, and everybody's gonna get paddled, and the principal was like, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, "I'm not supposed to be here." And then she was like, "Go ahead." And it was so funny because my friends were like, because they thought I was gonna finally get it, but no, I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I know I got enough at home, but I didn't get it at school. They line you up in front of the whole school, and these people, yeah, it was crazy.
Anytime I ever got in trouble at school, my mom would sit me down at the kitchen table and she would say, "Do you know how much I'm paying for your education? You don't get to screw up. You don't get to screw up." Yeah, in my head, education was so transactional. Like I can't even describe it, but I was so afraid to make my parents upset because they were paying all that money for education.
Mm. Yeah, my father, he was definitely would give me that kind of speech too about what you paying. I mean, if he had to come to school because of something, that was another conversation. He'd be like, you're cutting into my drinking time.
Oh wow.
My mom was a prison guard, so you
My
don't
mom
mess.
too. My mom
You
was a
don't
person.
mess with my mom. You're like,
My mom.
My mom was in
no.
prison.
That's how.
No, I'm kidding.
That's how my mom and dad met. Was my dad worked in Los Angeles County Art Museum, and my mother
Really?
at a prison, and they were doing this outreach for the prisoners. They were doing a show, and that's how my mother met. So my dad always said I met her in prison. It was at a women's town,
That's funny.
but
That's
she worked at the facility. So, but it's funny, like see my mom now. It's like you were a prison guard. I don't see it.
That's how I feel about my mom too.
Yeah.
Like you can't look at this 74-year-old lady and go, "Are you kidding me? You are staring down criminals." Really? Really? The lady who has to call me to ask me how to add somebody as a friend? No, that can't possibly be.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Marisol, you are.
We have Elvis Crespo live now.
You said who?
Elvis Crespo.
Elvis Crespo.
Who's that?
Pítame.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm out of the loop. I
That's
only know what's what's popping.
Carlos, I feel like we are
yeah.
on an amusement park ride with your camera. It's like we're on one of those like loops that you like,
Oh, that's 'cause I
you
was
go up
dancing.
and then you go around.
I was dancing because I like Elvis Crespo. And so this is live. My portion of producing is done, so I'm off, so to speak. But I'm keeping an eye on everything because I'm the live streaming master. That's my company name. And so I got to make sure that everything's running well. If there's audio problems, I'm going to get every text message in the planet, like on full alert.
Help.
And we already went over the first 4 or 5 hours. So we're over the hump. And StreamYard has held up, but we've had a couple audio issues here and there. So,
Okay.
so
now
this is my tech support setup right here. So
Nice.
then I have it on the TV, and
Oh,
then I have my backup there.
Wow.
So I'm at the ready.
Wow. Now Natasha is just now getting into streaming as well as Marty, and so Natasha, you just
In
bought.
the nude?
Definitely not in the nude.
Oh man,
Oh, okay.
I was
I
about
thought the
to
whole thing was
subscribe
going
to
back
your
together.
OnlyFans. If
No.
I was about
No.
to subscribe, boy. If that was
Well, there's websites for that.
Yes, I'm sure there are, but I will not be on any of them.
Yeah, I turn down those clients a lot.
Yeah, wonder why.
All those clients that he turned down, I'll take.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, I like to get paid in cash.
Oh, they pay.
Oh, yeah.
No, coochie payments. I don't accept coochie payments. No coochie payments. No.
Gucci payments.
No.
So that's
I'd rather have
is that the new
Bitcoin.
version of Bitcoin?
Yeah, I'd rather have
Gucci.
Bitcoin. I have no idea.
Now,
what to do
first
with
off, that's been around since the dawn of mankind.
What,
No
Bitcoin?
kidding.
it. But how do you
Bitcoin or
evaluate,
Bitcoin?
But
other
they just call it that.
how do you evaluate the coochie for payment though? It's like, it's like no, you're a little short. Even though I got it, you still need a little more.
You're gonna have to turn around, man.
This is only half the
Sorry.
payment.
I gotta.
But they do it by a
Caught
currency.
me off guard there, Carlos.
It's
Sorry.
currency.
Which is really not hard to do.
You just,
So.
you just paid me in Canadian. I need you to pay me in American.
Wow.
shit.
Ouch.
Oh, he's doing 2 songs.
Only
Ouch.
because of
Albeit
dollars.
our dollar is not doing well. Ouch.
Oh,
All right, so you just got
he's really good in
Who?
acapella.
Oh wow, he's up in his house.
Lives in his house. Now you can see in the reflection of the window, he's just singing to a computer. Like that's awesome, and he's all in it. That's a performer right there.
I can do that.
Gotta love it.
do
Sorry
that.
about that. Don't mean to take over the show.
No, it's all good.
Just happens to be Cinco de Mayo, and I'm working so
Are you drinking?
with like some of the top Latin entertainers. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
drinking.
amazing.
Have you been drinking, Carlos?
My name.
No, I quit when I was 19.
Oh, okay. All right. So, Marty, I started to go to you, Marty. Now we were talking about earlier the scene in gosh,
Can't say how much of you had
New
to
York.
drink.
New York. Staten Island.
So you are human.
Staten Island. Oh yeah, we got all these New Yorkers here. Jen is a New Yorker. Carlos is New Yorker. Marty as well as Dre. So it's just me and you, Natasha. We're the only non-New Yorkers.
She is the only foreigner on.
Foreigner, you're right.
But I don't consider Canadians foreigners, to be honest with you.
I totally do. She's a double foreigner. She's Jamaican and
My
double.
dad's Canadian, my mom's Jamaican, and I was born in Canada.
So that's double.
I saw a great tweet about Canada and the US today. Went something like this. We all love to be your neighbors. This is the Canadian speaking. We all love to be your neighbors, but it's kind of like we're living upstairs from a meth lab.
Shit.
Hilarious.
Sorry, guys.
All right, so Marty,
Facts.
you are in Staten Island, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a small place. You say that you probably dated everybody. It's not even 6 degrees of separation. It's probably what, 1 degree?
Three
didn't date
degrees.
everybody.
And I didn't date everybody.
Yeah, let's
Man, what are you
She did it everybody.
You dated everybody,
There's a separation,
and,
which affects the
What
dating
type
world.
of lady do you think you take her? Like, what
I
kind
didn't
of
say she slept
Don't
with
worry about it.
everybody.
That's your
I said she dated. She's
Your
went
choice
through the dating
of words
pool.
are not working, Kente.
She blew up the dating pool. So
That's like me calling Shannon easy yesterday. Like,
Right.
no, she's okay. What I'm saying is, you went through all your options in Staten Island, right? For the most part.
I haven't gone through all my options. I just gone
Mhm.
through all my immediate options.
Immediately in Staten Island, though. Staten
Mhm.
Island. So, what's the closest place outside of Staten Island? What's the closest?
Jersey.
Jersey. Oh, okay. So, have you dated a lot of Jersey guys?
I've dated my fair share of Jersey guys.
Oh, okay. So you have a big playground there. Would that say is that your next biggest playground? Jersey?
oh wait, see, I don't like the way he's saying it, man.
Right?
Like, you already went through everybody in Staten Island, and now you're gonna go to Jersey. Like, come on, bro. What you doing?
Meanwhile, I said to my immediate availability, I haven't met everyone in Staten Island. I haven't met every single guy in Staten Island or every single married man in Staten Island. So it just doesn't count.
Well, what I'm saying is, it's a small sandbox.
Oh my god!
It's a small sandbox, and you've seen a lot of the grains of sand visually. I'm not saying you experienced it.
Oh God.
You've seen a lot of it. So your next sandbox is Jersey, probably, right? That's where you. That's your
No,
next.
I'm done with the whole dating scene. I'm done.
You're
Jersey's
done.
out of it. New York
Join
is
the
out of
club.
it. I'm done.
I'm totally not. I'm totally with you, right? But if y'all think it's hard to date in any one geographic location, come and live on an island. It is.
I bet.
It's. I mean, I won't even go into how ridiculous.
I live on an island.
Everybody.
Yeah, they live on the island.
You know everybody who knows somebody. You cannot date somebody without dating their entire family because everybody here is related. It is. Oh God. It's yeah. So I'm with you. I
Okay.
totally.
What do you call what's that word? Family in Ohana? Is it Ohana?
Oh,
Yeah.
Hannah.
Ohana.
All right. So the point I'm getting at, Marty. So you said you're done,
Mhm.
right?
What's that
So,
about?
what if a wonderful gentleman, you're walking down the street, you're walking your dog, you're whistling or whatever you do when you walk,
He whistles at you.
and this wonderful guy
All right.
sees you, right? And
Hello, everybody.
he's like, Marty. I mean, he wouldn't know that, right? He wouldn't know your name unless he was stalking you. No. So no, he goes up to you and he starts, kicking game to you, whatever. Right? You're gonna give him a shot, right?
I'm probably gonna right then and there be like, hey, thanks, or whatever, and then keep it pushing.
Here's my Snapchat.
You're not giving up the number.
No,
Give me a Snapchat.
What would it take to get Marty's
I
number?
don't do Snapchat.
What
Well,
is
I
it-
do Snapchat, but I don't
You know,
update it often.
Here's my TikTok.
you know what you do is you
On
give him your
TikTok.
I gotta step away. I'll see
Okay.
you guys in a little bit.
All right. What you do is you give your Instagram, but anyway. So how do you get Marty's Instagram? We're going to you, not Natasha, next. So
Time to think.
how do you get Marty's attention?
It's hard to get Mari's attention. It is. It's to get it. You can get it quickly. It's hard to keep it. I should say that. I should rephrase it.
Short attention span?
Not that I have a short attention span. It's just that it just the people who tend to be attracted to me, I tend to be more intelligent than them. So the conversations leave much to be desired. And after a while, it's just like, yeah, no, I'm not talking to you anymore.
Oh wow! So they're not that bright. They're not.
Most of them tend to be correct.
Do you know right away?
No,
Mm.
it's not till after couple conversations. There's some people off the bat, the minute they open their mouth, they're like,
Yo, shorty.
there's certain things that I'm okay. I'm what they call me a chameleon, right? because I grew up in the ghetto, but I have a very professional profession. And so I can speak professional, I can, but then I can go to ghetto in like 30 seconds, right? I can go back and forth between the two worlds very easily.
Mm-hmm.
If you come at me and you're like, yo, what's good, ma? I'm gonna be like, not you. Keep it pushing. Like, but if you're like, hey, hi, how are you? Oh, you got a beautiful smile. Thank you. Now you've got my attention. Now we're talking a little bit. Now I'm gonna like see where you're going. Anything more than that, and it's like, all right, okay. So maybe at the end we'll have like a quick, can I have your number? No, you can't have my number. Or here's my burner number, because I have a burner number. So here's my number.
Your Google Voice number.
Right. The minute I'm done with you, I change that shit,
Oh, wow. That's funny.
Yeah.
Funny. Okay, so that's all right. I'm gonna circle back. But Natasha. Okay, so you're walking to Tim Hortons. Right.
I'm a coffee snob. Just because you know about Tim Hortons, I'm not a big Timmy's drinker.
Oh, okay.
Well, just for the sake of, I just felt like I needed to say that because I'm not a big Timmy's fan, and we called it Timmy's out here. But I'm walking to Tim Hortons.
Right, and a very respectful gentleman who's handsome. He shoots his shot. What's the best way to get Natasha's attention?
Just kind of like Mari said, like, just be straight. Don't come at me with lots of circular talk and yo. That's just, I'm a big, like, I like to put out there, people need to learn to read the audience quickly. Mm-hmm. So do your assessment and see that I'm not the type of woman that certain things are going to speak to me, because it's not my world or it's not what makes sense to me. And as I present myself to you, if I'm already saying I'm something that you don't fit in, then accept it and move on.
What about an intelligence gap? Do you ever do you run into that, like Madi was talking about?
Absolutely.
And do you know right away, or does it take a while before you realize?
The thing is, if you know right away, that speaks to a real particularly low level of intelligence. And it's not that we're saying that people are dumb. It's just, can you match me and come any close intellectually? Because the whole thing is, you want to be able to have the conversation challenge you somewhat, stimulate you somewhat. If you can't do any of that, then you're a waste of my time, right? If you're coming at me to tell me what you think of how I look, fine, you're attracted to me. If that's your only conversation piece, then you're very quickly not picking up on the type of person I am.
So damn you fine is not a
No,
winner?
it's fine. Tell me I'm fine. But if 20 minutes later you're still telling me I'm fine and you have nothing to add to the conversation, then where are we going with it? I need more than just you think I'm fine. You've put that out there. I'm aware. Move on.
Okay.
You gotta throw out a Lord of the Rings reference, because right away you'll know if they are good material or not. Just, mention something about a ring and a hobbit and see what happens.
That's what I was gonna say to Jen. I was gonna ask Jen the same question, but I was gonna say, so I mean, what he has to wear? Because she likes that movie with the fish guy, where the woman.
God, I can't believe you still remember that. It was called The Shape of Water. It was called The Shape of Water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has to be looking like a fish to get your attention, Jen.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's some pretty next level cosplay. So sure, why not?
The one scene, I've only seen one scene of that movie, and that was by accident. Turned into the TV, and it's the sex scene. And I was like,
that's the worst scene to see too.
I was like,
what movie is this?
It's called Shape of Water.
It's called The Shape of Water.
It won like an Oscar. It's like, was it Best Picture?
Yeah, it's Guillermo del Toro who did it.
She loved
anyway.
it. She loved it.
And actually, that's not really the way that, if somebody wants to impress me, the best way to impress me is like everybody else here said, behave intelligently. And I don't mean intelligently like, you need to have a PhD or you need to have some kind of, advanced mathematical understanding of quantum physics. It's nothing like that. It's just carry a conversation in a way that both sort of excites intellect and also maintains some kind of common interest. It's not about, to me, it's not about zeitgeist. It's not about, just sort of what's happening in the moment. It's, do you have something that we're going to be able to talk about for many conversations? Because the initial conversation will come and go. Do you know what I mean?
No, I feel you. Yes, yesterday we had this really interesting conversation, and I wanted to get Dre's thoughts. Dre, you are over 35 for sure, right?
Yes, I am.
And you're a successful guy, father, single father, degrees, has all of that stuff, right?
I guess.
So it's yeah, right. So at this point, women that are your age especially are in that realm.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking to get booed up.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking to settle down. They're looking at the end game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I can see a woman meeting you and going, that's my end game right there. He's doing pretty well for himself.
Me Thanos.
Right. The kid's out the door just about, right? Because like the youngest is 15 or something?
12.
Oh, he's 12. I thought he was a little older.
I mean, he looks like he's 15. He's like 6'1".
Yeah, he's a big kid. Yeah. Where you feeding him, man?
Apparently, everything in his kitchen.
So the kids are almost out the house too. Yeah. So you can, a lot of women, because predators out there, women predators might be looking at you as prey.
Danny Glover. not Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'd be Danny Glover. No, not everybody know Danny Glover was a star Predator 2.
I remember that movie. Yeah, it was actually low key all right.
Yeah,
it was low key all right. So the question I want to get with you, man, is: have you ever felt like you've met a woman and you felt like that was the case, like where maybe she maybe she's seeing you as a retirement plan? Not in the money case, but as the
so it's different for me because 6 years ago I was in a very different place.
Right.
Very different place. In 2012, I was in a extremely like low place. Low place.
Right.
And
that's 8 years ago.
Yes, 8 years ago. Well, no, like 8 years ago I was in a low place, and it continued on until like 6 years ago. And then at 6 years is when I just got my associates. Now I was working for years in the field that most people go to school and get master's degrees in. I had that type of job. I was let go because I got divorced. Nobody's hiring a single father of 3 newly divorced associate pastor in their churches.
Wow.
So, with no degrees. So it was a low point. And at that low point, not many people wanted to deal with Andre back then. So I am sensitive to motives.
Makes sense.
So I'm sensitive to motives. I was overlooked because I was a single father working very hard, multiple jobs, to make ends meet for my family, making sure that I provided for them. But because we lived in a 1-bedroom apartment, I slept in the living room, they slept in the bedroom, in a very small 1-bedroom apartment. I was working, making barely $13 an hour, and then doing side jobs to make ends meet. I was overlooked. So it would have been nice to be able to find somebody then and then build with, but that wasn't the case. So now I'm hypersensitive about motives. I haven't arrived, and I have pieces of paper that say I've earned master's degrees, and I think I'm making an okay salary right now where I'm able to take care of my family and not have to work multiple jobs. And even though I don't think that I qualify as anyone's end game, I'm not naive to think that some women may think of me that way. And if that's the case, I'm hoping that I would be sensitive to those motives and be able to um, respectfully decline that relationship.
There's a lot of bobos out there. So believe me, you're for a lot of women, you would be an end game because there's a lot of dudes out there that
That's still my age trying to rap.
Yeah. So right, they got a mixtape and they like 50.
They're gonna make it, bro. They're gonna make it.
They're like, they in the game. He 50. I'm like, yeah, but he started when he's like 16. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But no. So because that's what we were talking about yesterday. Like, there's we were talking about the whole idea of the person that she might be passionate about, and then the person that she is makes sense, and I use the guy's name is Bob, right? Bob is the good guy who who you can count on, who's stable, who he's handsome enough, he's good enough in bed, but he just doesn't get you. He doesn't keep Marty's attention because Marty's hard over there. Look at that, Marty. I don't even know how you keep Marty's attention. It seems like that's a chore. So I don't know, but then there's Mr. Excitement, right? And so Natasha, are you more Mr. Excitement or Mr. Steady?
I'm too grown to be just looking for thrills. I know how to entertain myself. I travel on my own. I do what I please for my fun. I don't need to have a man come in my life, sweep in and just offer me excitement. If you've got excitement with nothing else to offer, you're not really doing anything for me. Then you're entertainment. I want a man who has substance and foundation and has ambition and can see past next week. That's why I need a man who can stimulate me with conversation and can offer me more than, he can go for 45 minutes. Who cares? Like, there needs to be more than that in life. Like,
so Bob could be sexy to you?
I've had situations where I've been interested in guys that I didn't at first think were sexy. And as I got to know them, the connection made them sexier to me.
All right. You nodding your head too. Is that the same for you, Marty?
I'm very demisexual. I need to have that connection. It doesn't matter what you look like, but once I get to know you, get to talk to you, then my interest peaks as long as there's some type of connection there. So yes, it is kind of like that, the same way.
Is that a thing? Demisexual?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I haven't heard that, but I've heard sapiosexual, where you're attracted to intellect.
Well, demisexual is you can't have feelings, and I really do find this to be true. Like, you can experience some type of attraction, like, oh, he's cute, but it won't really hold you like that until you actually form a connection, a bond with that person. And how do you form bonds? You have to get to know them. You have to spend time with them. You have to talk with them. You have to have conversations. If I can't have any of that with you, I can't have a relationship with you.
But I think it depends what people are looking for. So, if you're looking for, somebody who looks good on your arm and is going to, buy you a lot of stuff and then whatever, then people are going to find that and that's going to work for them. That's definitely not what works for me. I need what connects with me. I need connection. I need somebody who can hold a conversation. I need somebody who can match me spiritually. Like, there's so many things that in a 5-second glance, you cannot see about me. So you have to have a conversation. And that's why I'd said earlier, if you start to see you don't fit, accept it and step away. Don't try to make yourself something that you're not, because that's where I usually find that I'm the one going, so yeah, it seems like things are going really well, but there's these things where it's just, I'm not going to get what I want and what I need out of a relationship.
See, now that comes because you are a little bit more mature. Because people go into situations thinking this is going to be my boo or my husband or my wife forever, and they don't give that opportunity for there to be like that assessment stage in the spawn of a relationship. Like that comes with straight maturity, maybe even life experience. Let's just talk, get to know one another first. No expectations. All right. We're not going ring shopping. We're not trying to contact the Reverend. All right. Let's just become friends and get to know each other. Let's assess. Are we good friends first? Okay, good friends. Now, are we good partners potentially in life? Okay. And after that, no, are we intimately connected? All right, then. But people don't do the levels in relationships. They go right into we meet one day, go out on a date, and now you got a drawer in my dresser, and it's only been 3 days in.
Yeah, but I'm not looking for a relationship to fill any voids. I'm complete and on my own.
Preach.
That's why I can take the time to actually get to know somebody, because I don't need you to fix my loneliness. I don't need somebody to fix my boredom. I can handle all of that on my own.
Yeah.
That's why I want somebody who's going to match me intellectually and understand that for me, intimacy is there's so many levels of it. So don't come thinking that because, you're good lay, that's going to be your selling point. You do not know me well if that's what you think is going to be the selling point, right? So, and I think this is what people aren't doing anymore, is they're not assessing who are you and are we a good fit for one another. So what if you think I'm attractive? Lots of people are attractive. It has to be more than that.
Yeah.
But to be fair to the good lay people,
I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying,
if you're slanging it, you're gonna do pretty well in your dating life. I mean, you every once in a while you'll run into the Natashas who say, you know what, put your, Dexter, stop swinging it, but most times you're gonna do well. So I can understand why you might have that mentality if you're slanging it, right? So let's be fair to everybody out there slanging it, women and men.
I'm not dissing any of those people. I'm just saying, some of us, that for me, that wouldn't be the selling point.
But it would be a cherry on the top.
I'm not going to say I would dismiss it and not want it.
Right.
It's not the selling point.
Okay, it's not this. You didn't buy the car because of the radio inside, right? But the radio inside is pretty badass.
Yeah, but if I have a badass radio, but I got to get the car fixed every 2 seconds and it's rusty and it's breaking down, who cares? I got a good surround sound, but I'm standing at the bus stop. Who cares?
Well, of course. I'm just saying it's a cherry on top. The cherry. It's more than one cherry on top. It's a big ass cherry.
I wouldn't say that. It might be some icing, but not the cherry on top.
You don't think so?
It might be the icing, but not the cherry on top.
Think about
You have to understand, when you're dealing with an intellectual woman, if you can't stimulate her intellectually, then you've missed half of what gets her going.
No, I agree with that. I'm saying that, but I'm just saying, and slanging it too helps. That's all I'm saying. Because you're gonna go to work with a Kool-Aid smile on your face.
But what you're missing is, what does foreplay look like to the intellect?
That's slanging it too.
No, it's not just that. If you can't say the right things.
No, what I'm saying is you're doing all that and you're slanging it. So you're taking that. You're
putting way more weight on it than Maddie and I are.
Okay, you guys are so evolved.
No, it's not about being evolved. It's about knowing who you are. I have nothing against somebody where that's a bigger deal for them. I just know who I am.
Didn't say that. I didn't say it wasn't a big deal. I didn't say it was a big deal. I'm just saying that.
But it's not about being evolved.
For different folks.
I just know who I am.
I feel like if you add good sex to anything, you make any good situation better. Period.
That's all I'm saying.
I totally agree with you.
I know some people that are having good sex with their partners and they're in a toxic relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I just said though.
But we're saying
good sex to a good situation doesn't matter like what else is sort of in that mix. Good sex in a good situation is always going to be
all I
1,000 times better.
That's all I was saying. That's all. But dang, I forgot what was I saying. Oh, okay. So I'm getting old, you guys. So don't judge me, my oldness. So I think I might be the oldest person on this panel.
No, you're not. That's what I was going to say. Be careful who you calling old.
Oh, okay.
I'm 2 years older than you.
That's true, huh? Yeah. Well, in man years, I'm
Youngest person on this panel?
Marty's pretty young, right?
Marty's older than Dre by 3 months.
Yeah.
We're the same age.
And if Janet, were you born in 1979?
Jen doesn't tell when she was born because
Okay.
I'm not going to announce my age.
Decade that you were born in? Because I'm just because I haven't been the youngest person on a panel in a long time. I'm just trying to get excited. Like
I'm in most. I think I'm in. Oh, I'm definitely in Kinte's decade.
Oh yes, I am the youngest person.
You're the end of the decade.
Panel. Oh, it's
I
been
can't
a minute.
remember the last time I was the
Well,
youngest.
Jen, I've already said that I'm older than Kinte, so
Oh, sorry, Natasha. I totally missed that. Okay,
yeah.
I'm in.
You know,
I'm a 74 baby, and I have no issue saying it.
the year my parents got married in 1974.
Because I'm the youngest person, I got to do a young move. That out, man. Yeah.
So like not to burst your bubble or anything, but just by virtue of you doing that, it makes you look old.
Oh no.
You're right, though. She's right.
And it's not just that; it's the announcing I'm doing something young. When you have to announce
You're right.
it automatically. But at least, Dre, you had a second there where you felt kind of young, right?
Like I'm 63 now. Come over here, young buck. Watch me do the move.
We love you anyway. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm. So, do you, Marty, do you still go out and dance and all that?
Do I still go out and dance?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's Puerto Rican,
Right?
I know, but she's a mother of 3, teacher, Catholic.
But I'm also a person. No, I'm not Catholic. I'm Christian.
Okay.
But I'm also a person.
Wait,
And right, I am a person. I'm not just a mother. I'm not just a teacher.
You Evan's mom.
I'm Evans. I'm not just Evan's mom. I am a person, and I need to woosah and focus on me and get my me time in, so that way I can be all those other things to everyone else that I need to be. So yes, I still go out dancing. I go out once a month with my girlfriend, and I don't know how I make it home sometimes.
All right. So, do you ever meet anybody there?
Sometimes I do, but that's where they stay.
Oh, so no taking it beyond there, huh?
No.
Dang, you are a tough nut to crack.
I am. It is what it is. I can't again, it's okay to meet someone and feel some type of like, oh, he's really cute. But I need more than that. So meeting someone at the club when I'm inebriated and not in my right frame of mind is not someone I want to be waking up to Sunday morning talking about, hey, how are you? No, because I don't know who he is, and I wasn't really me during that time,
Okay, but you would make an exception for Jason Momoa, right?
Absolutely not.
Oh, what? Oh my God. Okay, I would make every exception. I'm just putting my moral soul on the line here. I would just put that out there.
Mighty Soul.
Go ahead.
Why not Jason Momoa?
I don't think he's attractive at all.
Really? Wow.
Then what? Jen, like I'm fully heterosexual, like fully, but that bro right there, right, is the one dude that's like I would have to keep, like, when I get married, my wife away from. Right?
Oh Lord.
Like, he was wait, stop, Kente, you can relate. He was able to bag Lisa Bonet.
Look,
and you know what?
To be a hater, yeah, come on.
Not just that, but Not vegan first of all, but he also is a local boy, so he's Hawaii. And also, if you listen to him speak without, I mean, forget all the celebrity stuff. If you actually listen to him speak, he's got some serious brain power computing behind those pretty blue eyes.
So, well, he's a married man, but if he was a single guy, you telling me he couldn't get your number?
Nope.
Might as
I don't
well.
like
Who
him. I don't
could?
think
Then
he's
who
cute.
could give us a celebrity?
A celebrity who would have my number the minute he opened his mouth to me?
Yeah.
Mark Anthony.
Really, Mark Anthony?
Mark Anthony.
Does he like women?
Is he what?
Does he like women?
He likes women.
Oh, he's straight.
Yeah, he married J-Lo.
Hello, he was married to Dionata. She was Miss America or Miss Universe or some shit like
Man,
that.
Rock Hudson was married.
Who?
Rock Hudson.
Rock Hudson.
I don't
He
know.
was an actor in the 40s, 50s or something who was married but then came out gay. He died of AIDS, I think.
Is that the dude from My Genie?
Robin Hood.
Who?
No. You're thinking of are you thinking of I Dream a Genie guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not him. Rock Hudson was before his time.
Gotcha. Okay.
A lot of his acting was like black and white acting.
Yeah, he was in shows like in the 50s, like the Martian Chronicles and kind of
I didn't watch him live, by the way.
a lot of the stuff that you'd see on TCM now. If you watch TCM, you'd see they always do sort of shout out tributes to Rock Hudson. In his day, he was really
I heard
big.
that name before.
He was like the dude for his day, like sex symbol. Or whatever.
I'm just kidding.
He was the Mark Anthony of his day.
but Mark Anthony, like really?
Yeah.
You know,
I've been obsessed with Mark Anthony forever.
you don't like manly men, I think.
He's 5'8".
Cause you like Ricky. What's that guy's name? Ricky Martin.
Ricky Martin.
You don't like masculine men. I noticed.
I like masculine men. The Rock can get it, but I wouldn't want to keep him.
Oh. What's wrong with masculine men?
There's nothing wrong with masculine men. However, you know what? So I think part of me, if I'm going to sit here and psychoanalyze myself, part of me says a masculine man is strong, like really strong, right? He's got like these big muscles and whatever. He'll hurt me. Because I've been with a man who had muscles, who was big like that, who hurt me. So I tend to stay away from big men or muscular men and men who are big into fitness and things like that.
Wow.
Okay.
Salute to all the guys who love donuts.
I love a little pudge. I love a little.
Hey, nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with that.
Substance there.
But I mean, you can be pudgy and still about that life.
One of my kids told me that the dad bod is actually the biggest. That's like the biggest attraction for a lot of people. So.
Really, where are these women at?
I don't know. Well, one of them's on the panel. Clearly.
I like dad bods.
See?
You know what? Let's start a group of women who like that.
True story. All right. And I won't say like I had not a colleague, but he was gay, a gay dude, like, real cool. Like, he was a friend who got drunk and hit on me and couldn't stop talking about my dad bod and how he loved it. And I was getting a little uncomfortable. And I was like, okay, it's all right. It's a little enough right now. I'm starting to feel like a piece of meat. You're making me feel like, chill, relax. Like, I'm a human being. Okay, you're gonna respect me.
Welcome to our world.
Yes, I apologize for every misogynistic male out there that has ever objectified you. I am sorry on behalf of the male gender.
Well, I mean, wow, yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, But I heard that too. That the dad bod is in right now.
Yep.
Yeah, really, I haven't heard
Listen,
that.
if my young adult kids are talking about what is sort of in that way, I mean, they are so tapped into kind of like what's new, not new, that's wrong. They're so tapped into what is culturally relevant right now. And they do such a better job than I feel like I ever did at their age of sort of understanding the dynamics of why things are the way that they are. And I mean, they zeroed in on it right away. They were like, listen, any guy who's going to spend that much time at the gym, where's all that attention once the relationship starts going to go? It's not going to go to you. It's going to go to the gym. It's going to go to, I got to keep myself in this perfect physical condition. And where does that leave us? So unless I'm willing to be in that space, and I mean, I'm listening to these kids talk about this like it was, a Psychology Today article, and I was so impressed by it. I mean, that's some serious awareness right there. So,
Okay. What about you, Natasha? What kind of? I know you're not just on the physical, but when it is physical,
I don't know if I ever thought about it as a dad bod, but I don't mind the dad bod. I don't know if I have that much of a preference. I mean, I know I like taller dudes, but like I dated somebody who's shorter than me. I just want somebody who's going to treat me well and we're compatible, and so.
Aw.
But if I had to like look and go, yeah, I don't know.
So you said you dated a guy shorter than you, and you're what, 5'5"? You said
I'm 5'5", and he was about 5'3.5".
Really? What was that like?
It was interesting because I thought I was going to have an issue with it because I like tall men, and I'm attracted to tall men. But we met online. He seemed like a decent dude. And I was like, okay, then, who cares? And he said he was cool with it. And the first time we met, he asked me not to wear my heels. And I was like, I'm only 5'5". I'm like average woman height. I'm actually 5'4 3/4, but whatever. But I was like, if you don't want me wearing my heels now, then you don't want me to dress the way I dress. And that's an issue. So I wore my heels. And if he felt uncomfortable, that's too bad for him because he knew I was taller than him. I told him I wear heels back when I was wearing more heels than I do now. And like you can't ask me to do something to minimize myself because you don't feel comfortable, then you're not the right fit for me.
I've dated one woman that was taller than me. I'm 6 feet tall, 6'2", and
you're 6'2".
No, the woman he dated was 6'2".
She was 6'2". I'm 6 feet, and that was that was kind of bizarre because I never dated a woman taller than me, and it was just like.
But it might be bizarre at 6 feet. When you're 5'3" and change, most people are taller than you.
Everybody's taller than me. I'm only 5'1".
So if you find a man shorter than you, you found a rarity. You keep him. There's not many men out there like him.
Are you're talking to me?
Talking to Natasha.
Oh,
Natasha.
okay.
Yeah.
Why do I need to keep him?
Because not many men are shorter than you. So you keep that man because he's a rarity.
No, I'm not looking to collect rarity with things like height.
She wants to date, not open a freak show.
Well, wait a minute. If you guys get locked out of your place, you can put him through the window.
I knew it was going to go there. I knew
Oh my God.
Okay,
I knew it.
You can get in and out of little places and stuff. Me, you ain't putting me through no window. So
I swear to God, kids, I knew exactly what.
Maya Fuggs is only 5 feet.
You might be the shortest one here. Because Madi saw you are what? 5'1.5". 5'1".
5'1.5".
Yeah. That is
Wow,
Evan.
y'all make me feel tall for a girl up in here.
That's Evan. Evan's the boss over there at her place.
He is not the boss.
Totally the boss.
He runs things.
He runs things.
He likes to think he runs things, but he doesn't.
Yeah, like yeah. So especially during quarantine time, he's
Ugh,
he kept y'all in line. So
God.
so
He's going to bed. Sorry. He's got to get his hugs and kisses.
aw,
Mhm.
poor poor Evan. Why is he going to bed? He has to go to work tomorrow.
He's got
Got
school
school.
tomorrow.
You got school.
I have work tomorrow, and he's already 4.5 hours past his normal bedtime. So
4.5. Wow.
yeah, quarantine done messed up his whole schedule.
Yeah.
my kids-
How's he gonna go back? Like it's hard. It's gonna be hard for some people to go back to a normal thing because they've gotten so far off track. You know, with the
We're
way
not going back until September, maybe.
Maybe.
Yo, isn't that crazy? Like we've been.
Yeah, it's a you get quite used to the difference, and it's
he
going to
was
be a challenge.
this too.
Yeah, he does. He gets jealous.
Yeah.
all right. So before we say goodbye, I definitely this has been a weird times, but one good thing is that I've kind of reconnected with a lot of people from that I haven't talked to in a long time, which has been cool. Today, a friend of mine contacted me who I haven't talked to his brother in years, and it was so good to find out that he's doing fine and his family and all that kind of stuff. So I guess that's been a good thing, generally when you don't talk to people it's for good reason, but then there's people that you just time just you're doing your thing, they're doing their thing. So I don't know, has anybody reconnected with anybody in the last during this quarantine time?
I've checked in with some people, but not reconnected where I was speaking a lot more to anybody in particular.
Yeah.
I've actually like touched base with my best friend who we were estranged for, not estranged, but people drift apart and you don't talk as often, but I still consider her my best friend. I mean, she's been a part of my life. She's a godmother of my child, and she's been a part of my life for the past 17 years. So that's my best friend regardless. But she actually caught coronavirus. So like I've made sure to like check in with her and be like, "Hey, how are you? How you feeling? How are things going?" And like I talk to her husband every day because he actually works at Evan's school, and his part of his duty is to call Evan. So even though he's Evan's godfather, it's his job to call Evan every day to make sure that Evan's okay and he doesn't need any help with his work or whatever. So I talked to him and I was like, how's she doing? Whatever, whatever, whatever. But then I make sure I reach out to her myself and be like, hey, how are you?
Uh-huh. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. One thing that is happening is, and I've heard this from a lot of men and women, is there is wait, she said, I found out my cousin is expecting a baby and video chat with my grandpa. Haven't talked to them since last summer. Oh, that's so cool.
Nice.
One thing that's happened is a lot of dudes are taking this opportunity to reconnect to some old flames. So, they said, well, she's in quarantine, I'm in quarantine. I enjoyed our times together. Maybe she might get a little bored. Maybe she might, want, to come back. Has anybody ever had a guy try to
Nope. I had someone try to start kicking game. He was like, yo, I've known you for like forever, but don't tell your sister. Like, what's good? And I was like, first off, that's a big no-no right there. You told me not to tell my sister. We good. The first thing I did as he and I are chatting, I text my sister like, yo, why is he telling me not to tell you?
yeah, he should have
That's
known.
just how it works.
He should have known better.
Mhm.
Quarantine with you, like Tiffany Haddish and Common.
Oh yeah. That's funny. So any old flames try to get back at you, Natasha, during this?
I have an ex that I've spoken more with, but he's not trying anything.
Oh, okay.
I have two exes that I've talked to more recently. One's not trying anything. One is just being his perverted self, but he's not really trying anything. Or if he is, I'm just not even entertaining.
He's consistent.
Yeah, like, we'll be chatting and he's asking me what I'm wearing and I just pretend I don't hear it.
A sweater.
Yeah.
You should say
and what's really funny is usually like you joke about having a uniform because I have two different, I have a lot of roots gear and I'm almost always in one of my sweatsuits when I'm at home. So I'm like, why do you even ask? Like, you're not going to get the answer you're looking for. Just ask me which color and then you'll know which one of my sweatsuits I'm wearing.
Oh. What are you wearing? Hilarious. Okay. What about you, Dre? Has anybody ever tried to hit you up during this Corona? Any ladies? No. Okay. All right. So you got the sign out there talking about if you didn't mess with me in 2012,
don't mess with me now.
Yeah. See, this master's degrees, that means I'm a master. True. I feel
now, like I'm not trying to get close to nobody. I don't know what asymptomatic, people are out there. You're gonna try to come by and say hi and no.
But like she too fine to have the Rona.
My
you know what it is? I'm gonna say it's like that, like it's like and I hate to say it like this, it's like STD, right? You've only been around one person, and now you got coronavirus, and then you got to call them up with that awkward conversation. It's like I have an STD, and I know you gave it to me because you're the only person I've ever been with. It's going to be like that. Like, okay, I have coronavirus, and if they be like, and you gave it to me, like conversation. So no, I just think that is safer for me not to even be around anybody, or even if somebody did try to entertain that.
Well, I mean, you can always meet them across the street from each other. So just just have a bullhorn, or just have a cell phone.
Okay.
Or you know what? Have a tin can with a string on it.
Yeah, did you
just throw it across the street? Like,
didn't we talk about the couple?
I like that idea.
That started dating.
Mhm.
They saw each other on each other's roofs and started.
Right.
Yeah, it can happen.
It can happen for sure. All right, Dre, you have a show on Thursday. Tell us about it and how can we get you in social media?
All right, so Get Vocal. It'll be airing live on Albany Riggins' page on Facebook. And on Get Vocal, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Harrison Family Vlogs. Instagram is at Andre_D_Harrison, and on Twitter at Andre D Harrison, one word. But yeah, if you guys can tune in 8:00 this Thursday,
I'll be there.
Facebook and on Get Vocal. We're going to be talking about how to maintain strong relationships during quarantining. It's going to be a good conversation.
Good. Marisol, how can we get you in social media? And when's the next time you go on live? When you go live?
I'll be live Thursday.
What time?
I think I set it for 6:30.
Oh, so before his.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's going to tell all her people to come to mine. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Afterwards, yeah. I'm like, okay, we're done now. So now I need you to go check out Albany Riggins and join that chat.
Yeah, her.
Right.
All right, and this is Thursday. We need to make like a some kind of calendar or something so that we can keep track of it. So how can people get to you?
Oh, yes. So on Facebook, I am Sly Amore Cruz. On Instagram, it's Latina NYC0.
All right. I can't wait. Thursday's the night. Natasha, how can we get you on social media? And when do you go live next?
I go live on Tuesdays at 8 Eastern Standard. And I have a Facebook page at Natasha A. Halliday. My Instagram's at Natasha A. Halliday. My Twitter that I don't use that much is at Natasha A. Halliday. And I recently started a YouTube page, and I don't know what you're supposed to tell people what, but it's Natasha A. Halliday too, but I don't know if there's an at. I'm so new to the YouTube thing.
Yeah,
having my
want them to
YouTube
search
channel.
it.
Yeah.
You want them to search your channel.
Yeah.
That's good for the YouTube algorithm.
Mm-hmm. And you have a comedy show coming up too, right?
I'm doing a webinar on this Friday. I'm doing a free webinar that the tickets are available on eventbrite.ca, where I'm talking about faith, resilience, and uncertainty, how to manage times of crisis. On the 13th, I'm a speaker at a seminar, on an online seminar, where I'll be talking, it's like a financial seminar, and I'm talking about financial resilience and how to be financially sound to keep yourself resilient during this crisis. And then on Friday the 15th, I'm in a comedy show. So they're calling it Laugh a Long Weekend because it's our long weekend in Canada that weekend. So there's a show Friday, and then there's kind of like a baking chat sort of. Keisha, the bacologist, is going to chat, and then they're going to have some comedians do a little bit too and talk about some different stuff on the 16th, but I will be on the 15th doing a little bit of comedy.
All right. And your webinar, how can we get your webinar this Friday?
So eventbrite.ca, if somebody looked up faith, resilience, and uncertainty, they should be able to find it.
All right, I can't wait to check it out. So you're going to be doing it like from your house?
I'm doing it from my house and praying my internet works, because I did a live today and my internet was getting all funky, and I've just upgraded my streaming, and yet I'm still having trouble. But I'm going to have to change carriers after what I've dealt with in the last few weeks with my carriers. Like, they just ongoing stupidity, including them canceling the old modem, even though my new modem hadn't arrived. So I don't know what they thought was going to be providing me internet while I had no active modem.
But you guys do have free health care.
We do.
No, you know what the problem is? You got to feed the hamsters on the wheel. And then the internet will be smooth.
I'm gonna have to get a Wi-Fi booster or something, because it's one of those cable internet things. And so when the cable company was out here dealing with people's TVs issues, all of a sudden my internet got better, and then it started to fade again. And I'm like, this is just, I'm working from home and going into the office, and I'm a therapist, so there's nothing like somebody starting to talk about what traumatizes them, and it freezes. It's like somebody dropping that sensitive moment, and I'm like, you guys have got to understand, like, I need to be there for my clients. But I'll do the best that I can.
Wow, that's awesome. Jen, how can we get you in social media?
Oh, you don't need to get me on social media, but I did want to just comment real quick, because you didn't even ask me if anybody had reached out to me during quarantine. And I just wanted to let you know that...
I thought you were away.
No, I was right here. I just had my mic muted. So I didn't cough into the mic. But, but I just wanted to let you know that you are the one that always reaches out to me all the time, and don't need anybody else except you. So.
Oh, well, your family.
Hey.
You are.
That's a really horrible way to take a compliment and turn it into something super dull. Now I feel like a mother-in-law, for God's sake. Your family.
He was just friend zoned.
Oh God!
She's like, Kente, and he's like, yeah, we're family.
No, Jen. No.
All right.
Kente. That was great. Hilarious. You guys are funny. You can get me at Kente F on Twitter, Kente Ferguson at Instagram, and of course the website is indyradio.org. That's indyradio.org. Thursday I'll be there checking you guys out. Of course, I'm gonna check you guys out on Friday because I ain't got shit else to do. I'm doing everything else at the crib, so everything I'm doing at the crib. So, this has been a good time. Thank you everybody for joining us, and peace.